Ryan Harrison. Welcome to another edition of That's Life. I am your host for today.
And my name's Thaddeus McCandless. I'm the co-host of That's Life.
Yep. And today we're talking our favorite subject I love. Technology.
I thought I loved it too.
Oh yeah, you do too.
Oh, okay.
But I know I loved it, so I want to make sure you.
Okay.
It's good you piped in.
So yeah, what about technology? Advancing in technology, right?
Yeah,
Advances in technology.
we got HD TV, we got HD cameras, we got Blu-ray. Guys, if you buy Blu-ray and you're going to burn it to disc, just because you do it, it's expensive. To buy the Blu-ray burner and to buy all that stuff. So by the time we wait for it to come down, they'll come out with some other fancy
thing. Yeah, I actually haven't bought the Blu-ray yet because
it's expensive.
It's the discs itself are like $40, and I can buy a regular DVD
for like
for $19.96 if it's new. If it's used, it's like $5 or $10.
Yeah, or if it's just an old show or an old movie. Some of those old Pixar movies are not really old, but they're just not as new. They could be like 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months
old, or less, or more than 4 months, maybe 2 years, and you get it for like $5.
Yeah, and they're just advancing, and with the televisions and stuff. I mean, even clocks. I mean, my mom had this clock, just a basic clock. It just told time. And it broke.
Did it have an alarm on it too?
It had an alarm on it.
Because most of them, I think,
it had an alarm and some chimes. It didn't have a radio or anything, and it broke down. And I went to the store, and she says, "I just want a clock." She just wants a basic clock. I went to the store. We won't name the store. I went to a big major retail store.
Walmart.
Yes. Okay. So I went to Walmart to get a clock, and now they had clocks for you could put your iPod in there. You could put. They had a radio, and I even called her, and I was being sarcastic. I said they have clocks you can plug in like a hot tub and a jacuzzi into.
You actually can.
You can plug.
I believe it.
And you can plug in your car. I was like, there is no basic clock for you.
Yeah.
And
the clock is really hard to run because I have one now. Okay, I have my basic one. The alarm somehow doesn't work on it now. But the other one, I bought the other one, and I had an iPod, so I was just like, okay, I'll use it. But it will play music from my iPod to wake me up in the morning.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, just make sure it's a really loud song so that you can actually wake up to it.
Because most of my songs are, pretty peaceful. Because you have enough rough times in your life where you need some beautiful music, so...
And you don't want that loud music on, but and now I mean it's not just televisions and clocks.
But we also have universal remote, and you bought a new DVD player. I saw that the remote can also plug into a Sony TV. It's default to Sony because it's made by Sony, but it can also plug into Panasonic and all that. So you have this one remote for your DVD player and your TV, which is
and it works.
And you bought it with
both.
the DVD player, yeah. But they have a universal remote now, and it's not just we have the regular universal remotes, but they have a remote now that will help. That if you want to order pizza, you can push a button and we'll order pizza.
You can order pizza when you push a button on a remote.
And then of course, have you ever heard of the Google TV?
I have not. Me personally.
It will play full YouTube videos on the full HD screen. And access YouTube by a remote, and you can just click. I think there's even a YouTube button on it, and it accesses the online, and it has a special box that you can put for your TV.
Click on it, and then you were talking about they have a refrigerator in Japan or something.
I think it was in Japan. It may be here too, because I don't go refrigerator shopping. I'm sorry, guys. I don't
either.
I mean, maybe later.
I borrow somebody else's refrigerator personally.
Yeah. Mine's getting full.
Yeah.
From him. No. So, actually, they have a refrigerator that tells you when you ran out of milk, and it will also send to your cell phone. And my technology teacher had said,
it'll
yes.
It'll send it to your cell phone to tell you when you're out of milk. To pick up milk.
Yeah. It'll tell you how much milk you have, and it'll tell you and so you can decide whether you want to go and pick up milk. And if you're out of milk, it'll say you're out of milk, and you can go pick up milk on your way home.
And that's actually gone into the car era. I mean, the cars now, they have actually...
They speak to you.
They just came out with a new parallel parking for cars. You drive up to the car, and you press a button, and it automatically parallel parks for you.
Yeah.
And then I think that when you're on ice, it'll have a computer saying there's no traction.
But now that the update on that ice technology, they have a special one for some cars that the wheels will, so they won't lock and spin on you, so you don't do Yui on ice or 360 or whatever, don't cause
So you don't
problems.
flip your car
That
over.
the car will actually sense that the ice, and it will actually adjust so that if you slam on your brakes accidentally, it will slide maybe a little bit, but it won't do a full turn.
To a full thing. So, what do you think? I mean, do you think these advances in technology are good? Are they good and bad? Are there pros and cons to all these advancements?
I think there's pros and cons. The problem with I'm gonna talk mainly because we're doing a film right now. Obviously, we're doing on YouTube. That's technology. We got mic. That's technology. Actually, personally, we got I don't know. I call it a shotgun mic. It's a studio recording mic, professional studio mic, and the and cameras and stuff. I think technology has allowed us advances because we could do things on YouTube now and stuff like that. It can be good.
And you can get your stuff out, and anybody can watch it now.
Yeah. Yeah, and some people get paid to do it now. And we may in the future probably get paid to do something, but anyway, there's bad things to them. The problem is let me do it with the area of television. Let's say you when you film, you got two even in the area of film, you got people willing to judge somebody because of what they have, not because of not because they can do something. It's like film when we're doing Hollywood film because of the green screen and all that stuff. Now it's not all bad. We use it for our show, but and the reason for that is because we have the ability to put other backgrounds, and we're not just shooting the same spot in your room, and people are actually focused on you, not maybe necessarily the object in the background so much. It adds depth to the show. But I'm talking about the advances where you're just doing a movie, and you may not even see the person. They're not really acting anymore. They'll do a few motions in front of a green screen, and then they'll make a full movie based off the green screen.
Based off the green screen.
And so the person gets paid like $6 million just to stand in front of a green screen. We do it for free, so. And I'm not saying
please somebody send us $6 million. We'll split it 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah.
So
Man, I can buy that new house.
I mean, we can do another segment on the way filming has been, the events.
Yeah,
but
we'll
with
do that.
with cars and with
it can be too much.
with all these. I think it can be good to an extent, but I think if you do way too much,
yes. Well, the problem is we got so technology-wise that even with advancement of computers, that we're not really talking to each other. We're not. The tradition of getting girlfriends now online. I mean, it's like. I have to admit I am signed up on a site. I'm not going to tell you what, but site necessarily, but I am signed up on a site, and there's some good things about it. And I think it's allowed us to be dependent, and it has allowed us to look at people differently instead of looking at me for being me, who I am on the inside. They look at you and go, "You're fat," and it's like, well, I am a little overweight. I'm not seriously, out there, but. But the problem is that because of advancement technology with the area of television, we see everything, and we see this person who has a six-pack on TV, and it's not necessarily them. It's just because TV has uplifted certain body types and certain, you have curves. Like for women, it's made them like sexy, wear really tight stuff, and so technology has helped us, can help us maybe in the area of car, parallel parking, or maybe help us on ice. Or it can be,
which that's a good thing.
But
sometimes it can.
Like with television, it could be bad because now you're making a person an idol, and you're not really, and you're using it towards not really helping mankind.
But I mean, this topic is big too, and unfortunately, our time has gone again.
Oh yeah.
But we would like to talk. We're both in technology. We would like to talk about this more at another time.
Yes.
But our time has flown by.
Oh yeah.
And this is Thaddeus McCandless, your co-host on That's Life.
And I'm Brian Harrison, your host.